Hello and welcome to In Conversation, a dublab podcast where each week we will bring you interviews from the dublab radio archives.
You are tuned into Celsius Drop right here. What a pleasure to have you along for the ride, as always, each and every Thursday morning here on dublab for the past 19 years or so. And glad to have you here in the place today. We are thrilled to be joined by incredible artists. We have Jess Sah and Peter One in the place. Excited to have you guys here. Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to have some live music. We're going to have some recorded music. You have an album called Our Garden Needs Its Flowers from 1985 that is gorgeous. We're going to hear a recorded piece. We'll hear the title song from that album. It's being officially reissued tomorrow through Awesome Tapes from Africa. And let's hear Our Garden Needs Its Flowers. This is, again, the title cut from the Jess Sah and Peter One album from 1985. Here we go. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Oh, great.
Doing good.
Beautiful. Well,
Yes.
happy to have you guys here. And you were mentioning earlier, when we were taking a little photo here in the studio, Jess, you were calling Peter your little brother.
No, I was joking.
I know, yeah, I know. But it seems that it's something that people who've known each other for so long, but also had this kind of deep relationship. What was that like coming together? You guys, can you set the scene of how you met?
I could start it because I'm the one talked most, and it's my big brother. We met through my nephew. They all both live in a campus, university campus. So my nephew came to me. He said, "I know some guy who's playing just like you. Let me check it out." So I said, "Okay." I was living on the same town, so I took my guitar and I went to the dormitory where we was living at. So we play something, and I said, "You know what? Let's do more." And we start from there, from the scratch, play more. And we used to play with three other guys. What you call what's his name? Tibe Omer. Yes, he was among, but he could not make it. So we both kept up playing. We got there so far.
And this was Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah, Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. You could say something too, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, say something.
And Peter, you were a university student at the time?
Yes, I was a student and living in the same campus as his nephew, Emmanuel, and that's where he used to hear me playing my guitar because we live in the same dormitory. We have on the same, I would say, the same floor, rooms next to each other, and we share the kitchen. So I used to sit in the kitchen playing my guitar. He heard me playing.
What kind of songs were you playing?
I was playing my own songs, and sometimes I was, doing some of the Simon & Garfunkel, Cat Stevens. Yeah, I'm just like I'm a poor boy, like the boxer. Yeah. I used to play that and some other songs of my own. And he heard me playing a couple of times, and he approaches me and say, "I think I get you, to meet someone, or my uncle. I think you guys can do something good because it seems like you're doing the same kind of music, and maybe you can meet and see what you can do." So that's how it came about.
And when you two came together, did it seem like an instant kind of natural fit? Did you feel like you were on the same kind of wavelength musically to each other?
Yeah, I think so. I think, first of all, the music that we used to play we play right now is kind of different than the other music or other musicians play back home. We play guitar, it's acoustic and kind of folk songs.
Yeah.
And the melody also all kind of is really, really different than people play. So when I met him, really something, like how you call it, it's like
The chemistry was
chemistry
there,
was
right
there,
there.
yeah. Yeah, we just played one time. I said, okay, yeah, we could do something more. And it was very easy, really, to play together. Yeah.
And were you playing this kind of music prior to meeting each other? Were you playing this kind of music publicly, or was it music for the kitchen or music for the house? Was it something that you were presenting live in concert?
No, really. We were not playing, on stage. No, we were doing.
I could say before meeting him, I was playing. I have a couple stations on TV. Was playing myself, so I was going to the TV show. I attend some TV competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was playing a little bit more. I have my way doing something than when we met. So I took with me, and we would start doing something on some TV show also too. We just saw a little bit. I mean, it's a little short spot. Then people like what we were doing. So I introduced to other people on the radio host and the TV show, and we started doing something like that. Later on, we many people heard our playing, so they took you to the stage, but a little stage now, a really big stage.
Yeah.
And how the thing was growing up. So now we got on the stage later on when we record our first album.
Did you feel, you mentioned that the music that you were drawn to and the music that you were playing together was different than what was typically being heard in Abidjan? Did you feel like you were doing something completely different, or did it seem to you like the most natural thing in the world?
I mean, really, the way our music is composed and is made is very different, because it cannot match with the country music that you play here.
Yeah.
And also it's not like back home. It's our personality that we bring to the plate. So it's not something already made. We're not copy for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. People in our region, even our how you call this, from our region, they do the same thing, but it's the way we present our music. It's not like in a village. It's not like it's modern. It's not also like a country. It's somewhere there. It's very unique. That's we came out for something like that.
I made a choice very early of coming to this music, this kind of type of music with the acoustic guitar and this country more folk like music. I made that choice early because I used to listen to a lot of music through the radio, and the very first time I heard of Simon Garfunkel on the radio, it just caught me right there.
What was it about it?
When you say?
What was the thing that drew you in?
Oh, the song. I was talking about the song from Simon Garfunkel.
Yeah.
The boxer.
But what was the spirit of it, or what do you think the power of that music was for you? Why were you so attracted to it? The sound itself.
The sound, the harmonies, and
the
melody.
The way they were singing together, it was phenomenal. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yes, very sweet.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's the exact word that was in my mind, and it's the kind of music that I think can fit into your life very easily.
Exactly. And
it's
to me,
not
it was more natural. It was more natural, more, I would say, more sincere. Too much electronics, too much noise in there. The acoustic guitar and the voices.
Relaxing.
And it's real relaxing. It was deep. Yeah, straight to my soul.
Deep, sweet, soulful music.
Exactly.
So your album, Our Garden Needs Its Flowers, when I first heard it, I had that same, I think there's a lot of music that floats around in the world, and I didn't, I trust Awesome Tapes from Africa, always releasing great music, but I heard it before reading anything about it, before knowing where you were coming from, and I felt that instant kind of gravitational pull to the music because it is that sweet, deep, soulful music. But it's also, like you mentioned, it's not a copy. It's very much your music coming out of your experiences, coming out of your lives, but filtering the experiences of your lives into beautiful, deep harmonics. So I urge people to definitely hear that. Maybe we should hear a song and then come back, and I'd like to talk more about the origins of the album, how that album came together, as well as how it changed your lives and how it might have changed the landscape and lives of the listeners in Africa and Côte d'Ivoire. Is there a first song that you would like to introduce and play for us?
Straight right now? Yeah, we can do something.
Okay, what we want to do? We need to wear this.
It's up to you.
Okay.
If it sounds better to you, then we'll roll with that. But I want to let people know that we have Jess Sah and Peter One in the Dublab studio. We're going to hear a live song. We'll get back. We'll talk more. It's dublab.com. So you two connected, you started becoming friends and playing music together. But what was the origin of the album? Was there a moment that you said, okay, now it's time, we need to record this music?
Actually, we started looking for a producer, somebody to help us early, like in the early 80s. It took us around 5 years to find someone. Yeah, 5 years, because it wasn't easy to find, somebody who can put his money in this venture. Mm-hmm. And people like the music. They hear the music on the radio because we have a lot of radio shows, TV shows. People like it, but how much money they can make by getting into that business of this kind of music, nobody knew.
Because it was so different.
Exactly, it was so different, and it took us 5 years to find one guy who came to us because he had that feeling, yeah, and he trusted us, and we went for it.
What was the response as you were starting to play shows and playing on the radio? Were people saying, okay, this is something that I love and I haven't heard before? Or what kind of feedback were you getting from listeners?
I think we have different ages really following us in this adventure. Because the music was kind of unique. So the sounds differ from other music which is at that time in the country. So the vibe was really good. Really good. Yeah, the vibe was really good. Yeah. It was not like the top music, but many people like it. When we first started, we were like people intellectual.
Mm-hmm.
We like to listen to because people, and then as far we were playing, we got more people involved on for listener. We got our audience grew up as we were. The thing music was going on.
Yes, the feedback was good. Every time we had a stage or we had a TV show, a radio show, people were happy. People, the feedback was good, but you couldn't really, make a real assessment of it until you put something really on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get something on the market, then we really saw that, it was more and more people who like that music, and we didn't know, you know.
It was surprising
Yeah.
when the album was a success. It surprised you guys.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. We were confident of, what we're doing. We knew that it would please people, but not that many.
So tell us about the positive response after you put the album out, 1985. When did you realize that, wow, this is something that also beyond Côte d'Ivoire, that it was traveling? When did you kind of get that response?
Oh, I could say that the vibe was kind of on the beginning, because we have a radio show on the beginning, so people heard us singing. There's a guy in the radio who play our music every morning, like at 6 o'clock.
Like a theme song?
Yeah, every morning. So we got a little march of the popularity before even the album came out. But the whole thing was kind of interesting. Yeah, you got relocate it how and how I was making it, but if I said just like that, it was really good. The vibe was good, and the people said I really like it. Even today people still looking for the album. They're still looking for the same album. I don't know how we did, how to make it, because when you're doing something on your own, your little backyard, I mean, you're doing for fun. You're doing really to have, but to get a different audience, it take other stuff. It take people to be involved. It take also, I can say luck, but it take some help from some God helping you to get that level. Because it's not really, you're not sure that this what you're doing could take some high level.
I think what helps a lot is that at that time we had in the Ivory Coast only one radio station, national radio station, one national TV station, and these were the main media, and these people there liked what we were doing, so they were broadcasting our music most of the time. And the other thing is, Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire is surrounded by countries who listen to the music, to the radio, to the Ivory Coast radio.
So it's a powerful broadcasting kind of entity.
So people used to hear from Togo, from Burkina Faso, from Mali, from Benin, from Ghana. They used to hear, our songs, through the radio.
Yeah.
And the businessmen also spread the thing.
Yeah.
They spread the thing, selling the album, out of the country.
Yeah. There was
all that, in a matter of, I would say, just 1 year. In a matter of one year, the album was spread out. In Western Africa.
And was music at that point your profession? Did you make that your main kind of focus?
No. He was a teacher. I was a cartoonist at the newspaper. I was doing my cartoons, and we done both at the same time. He was teaching. I was doing my cartoon working at daily newspaper, national daily newspaper as a cartoonist, and I was singing at the same time.
You were mentioning that the audience that was maybe kind of gravitating towards it was also an intellectual audience, and you were both involved in things and in teaching and in cartoonist work, political commentary through your cartoons.
Yeah.
I mean, this is thinking kind of jobs, but then the music also is something that is, you don't have to, it's not overly intellectual, but it's stimulating too. It's stimulating to the mind and the body. What kind of people, when you were doing your shows, were people coming in and Was it super quiet? Was it, a real focused listening experience at most concerts?
The funny thing, like you're saying, the funny thing is our first show wasn't at university.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Our first show was at the campus, university campus.
Yopougon campus.
Yeah, Yopougon campus. Our first show.
Yeah.
And then this show was asked about the student.
The students requested.
They requested. So our first show was there. It was on the campus, and it was like a what was it? It was like a cafeteria, something like that.
Yeah, in the how you call that, the
like a dining hall.
The dining,
dormitory.
the dining hall.
Yeah.
The dining hall. Yeah, big. They have
Big,
big hall.
big.
How did that feel?
Oh yeah.
That was our first. It was really.
It was
we
crazy.
didn't know.
It was crazy that day.
Yeah, the student was so happy. I mean, everyone was happy. We were happy also because the way it came out was very. That was our first show.
Wow.
Live, with a band. So we didn't know how it came out, but they knew the song. It was singing with us
from the radio,
from the beginning to the end.
Wow.
So it was a very, very good experience that we had of the first show.
Well, maybe we can time travel for a minute if you guys want to mentally put yourselves back into that space and smell the food cooking, hear the forks and knives and all the excited students. And
no, they were not eating. They were not eating.
They were not eating.
Yeah, they removed all the tables, everything, and that dining room can afford like a
full concert.
500, 500 at least, thousands people.
Yeah.
So well, let's float back to that moment, and maybe would you like to play a song in that spirit? Something that you might have played at that concert.
Yeah.
We have Jess Sah and Peter One here on dublab.com. Stay tuned in. Woo! I would also, if I was a young student hearing that music for the first time, I'd be very excited.
Thank you.
What about the travels outside of Ivory Coast when you first started bringing this music on the road? What was the first kind of concert outside of your home country that you played?
In Burkina Faso. Yeah, we have at that time we have like 2 shows on the French Culture Center, and guys came from another country called Burkina Faso, came to meet at the show when we were preparing the show, and he said, "Yeah, we need you in Burkina Faso, which is up Ivory Coast," and he came to sign a contract with our producer. And like 3 weeks after that, we traveled to Ouagadougou. We have a concert at the stadium, Ouagadougou. We had another stadium at Bobo de la Soul. And we came back again to do another concert at the the theater.
Yeah, another one. Before the late president, Thomas Sankara.
Yeah.
So this is that's a big leap from a student audience in a large dining hall to playing for the president.
Yeah.
What was the feeling of that?
I mean,
exciting, and
don't mess up. Don't mess up.
A lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Actually, the concert at the stadium in Ouagadougou was really cool and interesting. It was even higher in Bobo Dioulasso the next day, and then when we came back to Ouagadougou for the last concert, we didn't even know that President Thomas Sankara was in the hall.
Wow,
we didn't know. It just surprised us because he came and surprised everybody, and he requested us. After
the show?
After the organizer went to him because he heard that the president was there, so he went to him and the president asked him to come to us and we can shake his hand. We did shake his hand and say, okay, you guys, I need you to sing something for me. We say, no, we're not ready. He said, yes, you just go a cappella. You just go a cappella. Right there.
Yeah.
So, what was it that you sang?
We sang Apartheid. That's the song,
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he did like that song for real,
Did it feel as, I mean, as a political cartoonist, being now face to face with politicians, did it start to feel like a little strange to be mixing with?
No, I think all goes together because it's the message you're bringing up.
Yeah.
Anytime you go, you bring up your message, and you want always your message to cross over.
Yes.
You know, to touch people. You want your message to reach the target.
Yes.
So it was really, and sometimes you happy, you proud of yourself. That okay, I said something, people heard it. You know, it was a very nice feeling to meet him, and he was there that night. It was even on a sitting on the
couch
on the couch somewhere. We went down to him.
Yeah.
Went down to him. It was really close. He was sitting there. We could touch him. You know.
Also, I mean,
yeah.
You're playing a song called Apartheid that is there's a political element to apartheid, but it's also, this is something bigger and something that beyond the political lines that is such a big thing that I'm sure that it's something that brings people together in unity to have a song such as that.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about what? Can you talk about just a few of the lyrics, just so we?
Yeah, I was really coming. Okay, you want to say something first now? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. As when you lay back now, sing and listen to the song, it's very positive.
Yes.
Because we did not like to the black people to be treated bad in their own country. We were against that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the song, we said, okay, if you come to the power of black people, don't do what they did to you. You have to come together and live together. It's like a revenge. You know, I do to you, but you gonna do to me. I mean, it's not gonna end it. So we said at the end of the song that really, what has done to you, don't do to your brother.
Yeah.
Because you call the white people as your brother. You black, you live the same area.
Yeah.
You should live together as a people, as a friends, as a brother, same thing.
Which is a message for the whole world.
Yeah, for the world. Yeah, for everybody. Yeah, and then that's what we do. We don't want. We're looking for justice.
Yeah.
You know, justice for you black, you white. We gotta live together.
And music, art, political cartooning,
Yes.
teaching,
Yes.
nursing, etc.
Everything,
All
yes.
of these things are very they're things that help the world
help
and
people,
help
yes,
people.
yes.
And so it has a strong impact. Your song that we heard earlier, the recorded version, African Chant, was also played by the BBC when Nelson Mandela was released from his long unjust prison term. So music that brings people together. Speaking of bringing people together, tomorrow here in Los Angeles, people have the opportunity to be brought together, and I hope that they grasp that opportunity. Zebulon is the venue. Zebulon.la is the website, one of our favorite venues in the whole world, and I hope that people can come and catch Jess Sah and Peter Wan, also our good friend Tamer Sweeney, as well as Ronnie De Leon playing. It's going to be a beautiful happening. It's tomorrow at Zebulon, and then San Francisco as well, so people can catch it in San Francisco on Saturday. Brooklyn at Union Pool, September 21st. So look forward to that and make it happen. Let's hear some more music, shall we? I feel like I should just have Ale mentioned having this music in his life forever.
Yeah.
This is like the soundtrack of everything. Shall we hear another song?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Jess Sah and Peter Wan, dublab.com. So now this official reissue, because over the years there's unofficial bootlegs of your 1985 album, Our Garden Needs Its Flowers, but now Awesome Tapes from Africa, which is a great label with a large international fan base. Now this is coming out into the world. What would you hope to do, and what do you hope people get from this music now, 33 years after it was recorded?
We would think that very happy people who have listened to that music recently like it, like something that is 33 years old. And we're hoping that more and more people like it, and we're hoping to have more opportunity to show what we have in reserve, what we have, in our, in our studio, what we haven't showed yet. Songs that we haven't, we haven't sung to the public yet.
Starting to sweat here with excitement.
There's a lot of things that we have,
And it seems that it's an infinite possibility, because the music that's on this album, the music that you're playing here in the studio, I know that there was many shows that you did also with a full band, but when you boil it down to this kind of core elemental form, 2 humans, 2 guitars, it's very beautiful, and it seems that kind of pure combination has so many possibilities.
Yes.
So excited to hear whatever the next step is, and happy for this music to reach people's ears now. Again, tomorrow here in LA, the next night in San Francisco, and then soon after in Brooklyn, and I'm sure more shows to come, because as people hear the music, they tell friends, and it continues to grow. Would you like to close on a live song or recorded song? What do you guys feel? How are you feeling right now?
I think you go ahead with the recorded song, and
then people can come tomorrow night and have
the elder spoke.
Yeah, I thought he was the brother. He's the younger brother who's the older. Any messages out there also to Côte d'Ivoire, and to either the audience back in your home country, or to the larger world? Anything that you'd like people to know in closing?
I think we have a message across to pass to the people. Singing is a given message. The way our music is set up is music for message. You listen to it, relax, but it's the communication, the feeling comes. Our music is always, of course, a good vibe, but the message will not cross over. So we got some message for them. We got some song for our country. We got a lot of things to say about our country, so we got a little song about our country, and also some song we did different part also to bring in. But it's a joy really to be among people that will like you, for the first time. And it's just like for us, I think we're like a baby. We just start a new adventure that we need the support of the people that support us, and to be able to do what we didn't do. So that's what I could, like my message.
The time is now.
My message would be to tell all the audience, all the people in the Ivory Coast, around the world, we love them, and we just want peace. Peace and love around the world. Peace and love in the Ivory Coast, even though the political situation is still, boiling. It's been boiling for a while, and we hope that everything calms down, and people get together for happiness and for more progress for the country. Peace and love for the whole world.
Sounds good. I second that. I want to also add happy birthday to Eugenie here.
Eugenie,
Peace, love, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here and for sharing this beautiful music, and excited for the next steps. I have queued up here Minmale.
Yeah.
Is that a good one to close on?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll hear this. This is from Our Garden Needs Its Flowers from Jess Sah and Pier 1. Find it on the Awesome Tapes from Africa label, Reissued, coming out. Get it. Dublab over and out.
In Conversation was produced by Dublab, a nonprofit radio station broadcasting live from Los Angeles since 1999. Sound editing and theme song by Matea Bain. For more programming, visit dublab.com, and thank you for listening.